After failing to point his finger at Vladimir Putin amid increasing pressure in the Commons, the Labour leader today admitted the evidence in the Sergei Skripal case suggested Russia could be behind the alleged poisoning of the former Russian spy. Speaking to BBC News, Mr. Corbyn said, "I was extremely definite yesterday that I totally condemn this attack. The perpetrators must be brought to justice. The International Chemical Weapons Convention must be invoked and the source of this weapon, which appears to be Russia, either from the state or from a delegate of the state, must be brought to justice as a result." Getty BBC UK-Russia News. Corbyn finally admits Vladimir Putin could be behind the Russian spy attack. "This is a serious, very serious, issue and it has to be dealt with. I made that very clear yesterday. The evidence points towards Russia on this, therefore, the responsibility must be borne by those that made the weapon, those that brought the weapon into our country and those who used the weapon. What I was asking was questions about the identity of the weapon, questions about the reference to the Weapons Convention and also the support of other allies in this. Those are the questions that I was asking. That's what the opposition are there for. This is a serious, very serious, issue and it has to be dealt with. I made that very clear yesterday." Jeremy Corbyn, the Labour leader, had previously called the Salisbury attack an appalling act of violence, but left open the possibility that the nerve agent could have been used by someone else other than the Kremlin in his statement to the House of Commons. During PMQs on Wednesday, Mr. Corbyn asked the Prime Minister how she had responded to requests from the Russian government for a sample of the nerve agent used in the attack so it could run its own tests, to much anger from the opposite side of the House. The Labour leader also pressed the PM on what conversations she had had with Moscow about the incident. He added, while suspending planned high-level contact, "Does the Prime Minister agree that it is essential to maintain a robust dialogue with Russia?" 2. March 8, 2018. Personnel in hazmat suits secure a tent covering a bench in Salisbury's Maltings shopping centre. Theresa May confirmed the expulsion of 23 high-level diplomats during an address to the House of Commons. She announced her decision in the wake of last week's barbaric, nerve agent attack on former spy Sergei Skripal and his daughter Julia. Mrs. May said, "Under the Vienna Convention, the United Kingdom will now expel 23 Russian diplomats who have been identified as undeclared intelligence officers. They have just 1 week to leave," the PM said. It marks the single biggest expulsion in 30 years, after the diplomats were identified as undeclared intelligence officials. In response, the Russian foreign minister said he could not rule out expelling 23 or more British diplomats from Russia, and the Russian embassy in Britain said, "We consider this hostile action as totally unacceptable, unjustified and short-sighted. All the responsibility for the deterioration of the Russia-UK relationship lies with the current political leadership of Britain."